What is predatory behavior? How does it look in everyday transactions? Not listening when others say no and try to set a boundary with you. Not listening to others at all, only talking about yourself. Thinking you're the exception to their rules. You're so special that they'll welcome your friendship with open arms. This is narcissistic. You're sure when others say no they don't mean you, that they will make an exception for you. Not really wanting to get to know another person for who they are but for what they have to offer you. Having overt or covert intentions to use another person to suit yourself. Outright lying about yourself to project a false idea of your good points. Trying to put over your false idea of friendship on someone unsuspecting. Only looking at others for what you can get from them. Trying to dominate everyone else, needing to be the one in control. Using the word friendship to disguise your true intentions. Frankly, with the drop in values since I was a kid here in Western society, friendship can mean anything now. I like the old definition, hanging around with someone you like. Doing things for your friends comes later, long after you've developed a bond. Playing out the victimizer AI software mind control position, making victims out of others who you can exploit and dominate. Not understanding what a nuisance you can be to other people and thinking everyone loves you because your ego is over the top, you love yourself so everyone else must see you the same way. This is called emotional reasoning. You say you want to be friends but you're continually prompting your friend to ask the etc channels for you. Like that's not obvious. Energetically you come across as a banshee if you are a high energy being. Your screech is hard for other empaths to bear because what you have is high-dimensional energy that is out of alignment with love as it gets distorted in the lower dimensions. You're quick to capitalize on any situation to see how you can benefit from it, that's because you think that way. You have a predator mind. You basically come across as ruthless to other people and they resent having you around. I don't. I'll dispense with you as quickly as possible. Or you use niceness as a weapon to violate others' boundaries. You're sweet and demure, using this false face as a means of deceiving others as to your real intentions. You're very unaware of your own behavior, and assume others won't be either. You think people are stupid so they won't catch on to you. This applies to both males and females, folks. Both men and women want to have the upper hand in their victim/victimizer relationships, but they don't realize that on the triangle, nobody wins. Learning to take a no is the gateway to adulthood. Trying to manipulate and control others means you still have a child's mentality because that's what children do. When it turns out the other person was wise to you, you try to come back in any way you can to blame and shame them, telling them they're wrong about you. Instead of taking it on the chin, and God forbid, thinking maybe they might be right about you, your ego goes on the defensive to save your honor or whatever. This is because you have no self-esteem. If you had real self-esteem, you wouldn't think much of it and move on. But you have to attack because that's also AI programming that you're a victim of and that, too, is predatory. You switch from the victimizer to the victim position on the triangle and you make out the person who was wise to your game out to be a victimizer, the bad guy. That's because that's how you think. You don't think like an assertive person so you can't understand how they were defending themselves against you. If you're an obsessive type or a stalker, you'll find any channel you can to show up in the person's face again and again. Your quest for domination knows no end. Folks, whether you bake cookies, build tree houses or run a Fortune 500 company, there will be someone around looking to capitalize on what you know or what they think they can manipulate you into doing for them. Many people will not ask with a question that can be answered yes or no, they will play on your sense of goodness, fairness, or your kind nature in order to manipulate you into giving them what they want. Ivo, when a person is good, kind, and fair, it is because they have been such with themselves first, and so with this healthy sense of self in place, it is not easy to be manipulated. When a person has worked to release themselves of toxic guilt, then it is very difficult to make them do anything they do not want to do. Doing things for others becomes a matter of choice, not guilt. They also realize they can do whatever they want, and that if they do not wish to, they can say no, kindly but if need be, to be repetitive or in the end to walk away when not listened to. A person who is fair to themselves is responsible first to themselves, not to others. Me, flattery is one typical tactic. That's one that leaves me cold and annoyed. I'm very likely to tell the flatterer to stop kissing my ass because I don't like it and they need to be made aware that it's not working. It's like the bumper sticker I've seen on pickup trucks occasionally: yes, this is my truck, and no, I won't help you move. I make friendships based on whether I want to know someone or not on what I can provide for them. If I work exchanging information with anyone for reasons of ascension, planetary liberation, or disclosure, I call people my contacts. I call the channeling I do a service, because that's what it is, a service. It has nothing to do with the friendships I establish; those are based on a person's relationship with me, not my ETS. Ivo, another area where people tend to be predatory is with money. That is because they believe that there is only a limited amount of money, which is not true, and if you have more then I will have less. This is also not true. In the third-dimensional business model, many a bad business deal has been done behind a handshake and a cunning smile. Me, did you have to bring that up? I've just spent 2 days in the pain body over a business relationship that turned out to be predatory. That's the problem when you are open-hearted. Even business relationships are based on heart for you, but not for others. They base it on money. I don't base anything on money, and most of my life I have resented the fact I had to earn it. Ivo, yes, what you focus on grows. You began this channeling last week and now had a personal experience that helped to clear out your auric field. Me, I didn't really want this relationship to go south, but unfortunately it did. Some people think they have to manipulate others out of money. That's because they're too afraid to just put up their damned prices. Oh well. I sit there and look at my neighbor, who suffers from tremendous anxiety and drinks daily. He described how he got to know his wife, what his last relationship was like and how she treated him like crap, and I've talked to her mother and his parents. I wouldn't want that guy's life for all the tea in China. I feel sorry for him. These people are all at each other's throats. They're all predatory. Playing the victim/victimizer roles. If that's what relating to others is like on this world, and I can remember for a time it was like that for me, then thank you, I'll be one of those old ladies who lives with her cat. Ivo, you are moving in with me. Me, yes, I will be. I don't expect the same nonsense that I see going on in people's relationships on Earth. Ivo, and you will not get it? We have a purpose to accomplish, yes, but I am not like the people on Earth. Me, yes, I know. You spoil me. Ivo, I should think so. All people should be spoiled with love. Me, seriously, guys, you've got to hear what he says to me. I share a lot of it in this working relationship we have, but because neither of us is predatory, and neither of us is working for money, guess what? It works. So, back on topic, what do you do if you're with someone who utilizes underhanded tactics of manipulation, control, and whatever to bilk you out of what they want from you? I just said no and explained the way I saw it. The fact that I was furious was hard to disguise. I hate being taken for money and I resent people looking at what I am doing to earn it so they can hit me up for some more. I will do all my work from now on by contract. It can't be helped. If this is what's going on in your life, I suggest you walk away if you can. Unless you want to be manipulated and controlled. For me, it was a deal breaker. How many people's relationships are out of balance? How much do you give versus how much do you get back? Are you carrying all the weight in your relationship? Are you being taken for granted? Or do you do these things to your mate? Ivo, predatory behavior is not just behavior that is aggressive and involves attacking. It can also be covert behavior, hidden behind a nice demeanor, and it will come out when the covert predator sees opportunity to advance themselves at your expense. Me, yes, and it can be shocking for someone to realize that you're really like that when they thought so much of you. Ivo, yes, disappointment. Remember, it is all mind control. Me, yes. It's mind control, but people are being held personally responsible for bad karma they create. It's universal law. Can't be helped. Ivo, correct, my love. Me, I want to point out another typical predator, and that's the pickup artist. That can be male or female. What they're trying to steal is your energy. Think about that. The other thing you need to consider is what happens when you have this sexual energy exchange with a complete stranger. These are the energies of creation you're exchanging with someone who may be out of alignment with you. I think it would be possible to pick up energy from another person who may have negative deposits within their auras. Then you'll end up either suffering from this energy exchange or having to transmute it. Frankly, a relationship, however short, based on booze, bullshit, and flattery would leave me about as excited as a trip to the dentist. Those of us whose hearts have always been open on this planet tend to have strong feelings about anyone they let get close to them, and something like this, I have found, is very hard to deal with afterwards. While he's just walking away and ignoring you, your heart is pounding for him because of the false intimacy. I believe having intercourse with someone is a very solid way of creating a spiritual link to them, and it's not something to be trifled with. Ivo, it is, my love. It most definitely is. Me, thanks, Ivo. Ivo, my love, you have learned so many lessons. I am so proud of you. Me, yeah, I'm going to get a t-shirt for Vega, I survived the Earth School of Life. I should get an award.